So the Ministry of Defence here in the UK have put out a statement saying that a record 1,295 people were spotted crossing the channel in small boats on Monday. That's yesterday. Now that's the highest daily total since current records started in 2018, and the previous high was 1,185 on the 11th of November 2021. Now that's less than a year ago. So the 1,300 illegal migrants that came over here yesterday, they did that using only 27 boats. And remember folks, it's only August, and so far this year, they reckon 22,670 have made that journey over the channel. Now that number is huge. That's an astronomical figure in my opinion. But more concerning, as I'm about to tell you, those figures are the ones that the government and the authorities and the public only know about. So yes, as the title of my video suggests, it is worse than we think. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not completely against immigration. I don't want to stop people coming over here or going wherever they like simply because of their skin colour, culture, religion, gender, etc. I couldn't give a fig. As long as you integrate and be nice, stick to the laws of whichever country you decide to live in, then, what's the fucking problem? All I am asking for is controlled immigration. Because the people who work hard to pay their taxes, to give it to the government to spend it as it will, we deserve to know who the hell is coming over our borders and staying here. Now, having said that, I don't want mass immigration. And I certainly don't want illegal immigration. Because mass immigration and illegal immigration, it puts pressure on a society, especially if you have a socialist concept like the NHS and other things like public services, because the waiting queues get longer and it also drives down wages. Because this is a fact, if you have enough people coming over here who are unqualified for trades or other top jobs, then they'll do shitty jobs for shitty wages, and employers love that. So that means they'll employ more of them for a pittance. And that, sadly, is one of the downsides to capitalism. And the wrong type of capitalism is greed, unfortunately. So yes, there is such a thing as a good and bad capitalist. Remember folks, capitalism is a ladder to success, whereas under socialism, everybody has to be poor to make it equal. So back to immigration. Okay, yes, it does have its benefits, but only if the correct numbers and the correct qualifications come to this country and do their bit. Remember, this is a Western country. We have a westernized society, free speech, democracy, free markets, and all the other good stuff. Whereas the people who are coming here en masse, and often illegally, they don't have that, and they don't believe in it. And this is where a liberal society can shoot itself in the foot. Because a liberal society, which votes in a liberal government and authority, they will see and treat these people as victims, and thus bend over backwards for them, which encourages more to come, put their lives at risk, which in turn affects your society, public services, etc. And then it becomes detrimental, because it's too much. And I am just wondering, I am baffled why these people who are on the refugees welcome bandwagon and who want mass migration, when is it going to hit them that the UK is a small island? It's just bonkers, isn't it, the way these people think, anyway. Now this whole illegal migration malarkey, it is actually worse than we think, because going back to the Ministry of Defence's YouGov website, those numbers I gave you at the beginning of the video, those are only the people whom are detected coming over on dinghies, and so they end up on the Ministry of Defence's data. What is not included in the data are individuals who arrive in the UK on larger vessels, such as go-fast craft, yachts, motor cruisers, tugs and fishing vessels. And they reckon that, although these are rarely used by irregular migrants at present, or so they think, the data also doesn't include individuals who arrive in the UK clandestinely on larger vessels, including where hidden in a vehicle on a ferry, and also individuals who arrive in the UK undetected, so they've come here using any method possible but haven't been encountered. And so, looking at that report, it is actually worse than we think. It's not just people coming over here on dinghies, but those people who come here on dinghies who aren't seen and they do exist, it does happen, and people arriving here crossing illegally using other methods. And these people aren't stupid, because they can squeeze themselves into literally anything and everything. So this is quite a concern, isn't it? So remember, when the mainstream media are telling you that 800 people, 1,000 people crossed over the channel illegally using dinghies from France, the number is actually far higher. And we don't know where they end up, we don't know where they go, and we don't know who they are. We just don't know if there's a murderer, an ISIS terrorist, an extremist, a rapist, a career criminal amongst them. And quite frankly, if you agree with all this happening, and you have no problems with it, and you think it's okay, then I suggest you find a field with a horse in it, and then go and stand behind that horse and pray it kicks you in the head and knocks some sense into you. And just to reiterate to the people who come here calling me racist whatsoever, I have never, ever encouraged nor stated that people of a different colour are somehow less than me simply because of that immutable characteristic. But I am declaring open season on your ideas, rhetoric, opinions, etc. That's what this channel is all about. That's what I want it to be all about. And that video I made on Anthony Joshua was critical of the guy's behaviour, not his skin colour. Because believe you me, I've met bigger dickheads than him, and they're the same skin colour as me. But there we go. Anyway, that's my video on the illegal channel migrants. It is worse than we think, and I believe the authorities and the government really need to step up and do more to prevent this from continuing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, then please consider subscribing to my channel, sharing my stuff everywhere. And I encourage you, make your own channels, make your own videos. You don't have to show your face. Just voice your opinion, tell people what you think, and use that free speech while we still have it. And that's that. So until the next time, have a great day, look after yourselves, and Roger Trout.